we are recording now. Cool.
All right.
Okay, so let's start by checking if the map.resource table is correct according to your idea from the past.
My idea from the past. So we have the map name as a foreign key, which is correct. Primary key is map name kind x and y position, and the kind is a resource type.
Yeah, I think that's the first step. We need to make the resource type a subgroup of the other enum. And I have absolutely no idea how to do that.
We just need to make a table that says, okay, if an object is in this table, then it is a resource, essentially.
Yeah, okay. So what's going to call that? Object resource?
Uh, I guess. There's no problem putting this here, right?
No, this is all map stuff, it's fine.
Object.resource.
No, that's different though. The object stuff is the names. Well, we are using it for namespacing, so this should be map dot something.
Map dot. Um,
I would put object underscore resource.
that's a terrible name, by the way.
I think it's better than well, I haven't thought about anything worse so far. Yeah, object resource is almost the same thing, but okay. So you're gonna put what? Map name?
Uh, no, actually. Where is where is object type?
Oh wait, that it is. You're gonna okay, so that's wrong. You're gonna put stone and wood inside the object type, right? That's what was your idea.
Yeah.
So move that there. Move that there. Remove the resource type below. There we go. Then you go to the object is resource table, and then you're gonna put there needs to be at least an object type in there in that table.
Okay. Um. Oh, this is an enum. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Just copy line 58, and that should be enough. There it is. Okay, so how does that
Uh,
work? Do we just put that as a that's is that the only field?
we should probably also have the maximum capacity of that resource, whatever that happens to be. Um,
Okay, so let's put that as an integer then. So put max capacity or something. Capacity.
uh,
I think capacity would be great.
capacity
Uh,
integer.
Another question. Are we going to put the ratio in which you can, like the basic ratio in which you can extract the resource? Is that going to be here as well? Or is that going to be solely dependent on the tool?
Mm,
What's a ratio?
It's the amount of resource that you collect per unit of time.
Do you have time? And do you have time? Is it my question is it a derivable column?
Uh, I don't know if it's a derivable, but you can increase that number by using better tooling for the job.
So it is derivable, right? By other
Yeah,
calculations.
yeah, but I was kind of assuming, what if we want, like, if you don't have tools, you're just trying to extract something with your bare hands.
Uh-huh.
Should that ratio be fixed or should that be custom? Like, I don't know,
I think there
extracting
should
wood,
be a base plus
base
the
plus. I like that idea.
so a base to not be zero, right? Then scale and like okay, I'll pick Dark Souls again as an example.
That's cool.
Um, so your bare fists, right? That's your base
Yes.
weapon in Dark
Yes,
Souls.
exactly.
And then that scales with A, like E, like very badly, that is, with strength. So you can theoretically just upgrade strength to punch people, but it's never zero, right? So you
Yes.
deal some damage.
Yes.
Uh, but if you put a two, then it's your strength times that, and in that case you swap uh, the base completely, right? We don't need to swap the base completely. We just need to sum in that
E-
case.
Exactly. Another question though. Should we also okay? So put the base extraction or something, Marinho, something like that.
Mm,
I have another question. Are we gonna save the time in milliseconds that it takes to extract the base extraction rate, or like because let's suppose that the base extraction for like a wood is like 3 units per delta. Are we gonna save the delta as well?
what do you mean?
Exactly that. So imagine that the base is 3 and the amount of milliseconds is, well, I don't know, 360, right? So that means that in 360 milliseconds you're going to extract 3. That's what it means, right? So because that changes the front end, because the front end I'm imagining making like a bar of progress, and the bar will do the like loading animation depending on how much time it takes. So we need to know beforehand how much time it takes.
So what? Like this?
Well, I don't know if this is a good idea. That's why I'm asking. Is this a good idea?
I guess this would be a mount in that case, but mm, I'm not sure actually.
Because I'm thinking about customization, right? Because maybe there is a tool that doesn't decrease the time, but increases the amount. And maybe there is another tool that decreases the time, but doesn't touch the amount. You see?
Uh,
Like I'm thinking that having this flexibility would be good.
why though?
I don't know. Makes the game more interesting to me.
Does it?
When I was playing a game with this type of system of like gathering resources, it was always about the time decreasing. It was never about the amount increasing. And I found that pretty, well, less fun.
I guess we can have it like this.
Okay, so now let's go to the map.resource table. Oh, and the primary
No, no,
key.
no, 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 no. We need to say
Primary key.
uh,
It's all of them, basically.
no, it's not actually.
It should. Convince me
It's
otherwise.
no, it should be the kind or because otherwise, here's what's gonna happen. Uh, if you have more than just the kind as a primary key, that means you can have the same kind have different extraction amount and time. Uh, like, how do you know which one is it? It is actually. That doesn't make.
I was kind of thinking the opposite, actually. I was kind of thinking that the same wood in a particular map would be more profitable than the same wood in another environment.
But those are then are two different types of wood.
They won't be. They will all have the kind wood. I'm not imagining, well, at least for now, I don't imagine us having variety in terms of woods.
Why not birch, oak,
Well, if that's the case, Marinho is
palm
right.
tree?
Only the kind should be the key.
Willow.
That was a
Cool.
reference, wasn't it?
Kinda not. It's a Schrodinger's reference.
Hmm.
Uh, okay.
Okay, let's just go then.
And this is a foreign key as well, right?
This is a foreign
Or
key, yes. No, this is not a foreign key. There's no foreign keys in this table, actually, I think. Because this is like
okay.
the how do we know how do we make a resource? This is how. You do an insert on this table.
Okay.
Now the map.resource, which is an instance of a resource on a particular map. This one will have foreign keys for sure, not only the map name.
It will, and actually we need to constrain this so that you can only do an insert here if the kind, which actually needs to be an object type now.
Yeah, but I think well, I'm not a Postgres guy, but I think the way to do that properly is to make a special function for insertions on this table.
Uh, Make a special function for insertions.
Yeah, that will do the check, like if it will pick the kind that you're attempting to do, and it will do a check on the one above to see if it's in there. If it isn't, it will fail. And here's another thing. We need the capacity here. So then the quantity needs to be greater than 0 but below the capacity. So capacity maybe should be a foreign key.
Okay. This is kind. Um, Capacity should be a foreign key. Well, okay.
Yeah, so this is
Map.
going to be map.object_is_resource. Yeah. And then you
Uh,
need to put the capacity in here as well. And then in the check, you do quantity less than equals 0 and uh, quantity is less than capacity. I don't
is
remember.
this how you
Magenta,
do
is
it?
this how you do it?
Hmm?
Look at what he's writing there. Is this how you're supposed to do that?
Do what? A constraint?
Yeah, he wants to do two
Oh, the
logic.
end is inside the parentheses.
The end is inside the parentheses.
Is inside the parentheses.
I mean,
Oh,
just put
okay.
another parentheses in between. Or just remove those, yeah.
And this is less than capacity.
This is so sad.
uh,
Uh, that's the capacity of this row, right?
yes, this is the
Yeah,
capacity of this resource on this particular position on this particular map.
Okay.
But
which is
yeah,
actually
the resource is kind of generic, you know. That's fine. Go, Mari.
let's see.
Okay, now we need
Yeah,
to
the
make the
capacity
function.
we need to make a function. Magenta,
Mhm.
do we need to make a function to make sure that we only have an entry in this map if this kind here exists in this other table? Or
Yes. You need to make a trigger, actually.
a
Oh, okay. So,
trigger?
oh wait,
Because,
there's another thing. Wait, stop, pause. Line 69, you need to put a check guaranteeing that the capacity is greater than 0.
so you
Now,
need to make a what's called a constraint trigger, because that's how, that's basically an interrelational dependency in the relational model, and then the way Postgres does it is with a
with a trigger,
constraint
right?
trigger.
Okay,
Yeah.
Marinho, line 70 and 71, I also think we should put greater than 0 on those.
Okay.
Well, maybe not. Maybe you're trying to extract something that is already depleted, and then you're gonna get 0. No, but this is not the
But
base. This is not the base. That's wrong. Yeah, just change it.
I'll send one example here.
Thank you, Mageta. Yeah, cool. Okay. Uh, okay, that seems good. Now I need to make the trigger that will do the. Wait. I think we should need to explain better to Mageta. Mageta, the trigger
Mhm.
will not add to a table before another one. It will do something else. What is
Wait,
supposed
what?
to be done is the following. Can you see Marinho's screen?
Let me just finish typing this real quick.
No problem. Because I'm actually confused if it's a function or a trigger actually now. Because we're not doing something that triggers something else. We're doing a check before an insertion. That's different.
Yeah, that's a trigger.
Oh, you can do the same that thing
That's a
with triggers?
constraint trigger. That's not the tree. There are multiple kinds of triggers in
Kinds of
Postgres. There is
triggers.
event triggers, which look at the LL changes. There is constraint triggers that are so. Okay, I'll tell you the difference. There's this parameter called deferrable, and you can only defer. That means you can when the trigger will be executed, right?
Hmm.
So the triggers, the normal triggers that you're used to, they get executed after the end of the transaction. The trigger you're looking for is after the end of the statement for each row. So for each row, you're going to check if this thing is valid after the statement has been issued. That's a constraint trigger.
Okay,
The
so
norm, like a normal
yeah.
trigger, would be something like just executing a function, a procedure to, I don't know, mutate another table, add another column, mutate the input you're passing, right? Something like that.
Yes.
A constraint trigger just literally blocks the insertion if some condition fails.
Okay, so we definitely want a constraint trigger then.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want. How do I do that, actually?
Magetta is searching for
I'm
an
standing
example.
here, and I'm impressed I could type all of this by memory. If it doesn't compile,
Wow, you're not searching for it, you are making it.
which is very scary.
The DB professional.
I did this today, so it's fresh in my memory. Okay. Uh, and that'll be exactly. So this is, for example, checking for exactly one.
Okay, we're gonna need both, Marinho, I think. Okay,
So
so
let me
you do
explain.
make a function. Okay.
It's basically, yeah, the function is to be called in a procedure, in the trigger, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's basically saying,
Trash.
uh, query this other table. Like the trigger is being summoned on the trash table, the table trash.
Yes.
So after insert on table trash, dispatch this function for each row when that condition is met. So it will only dispatch when the when clause is true. You see? Which in this case is just okay, some attribute of this query is true. So in that case,
What the heck is happening with that when?
with the what?
Yeah, there is a when at the end there that Marinho is pointing at.
That's what I
When?
just said. It's just gonna call the trigger, the function, the procedure, whatever, when it when the condition there is met. So in that case, you're trying to insert a row, and if that row contains the sum attr as trash, it will call the exactly one.
Oh, so it's like guards in a sense.
Yeah, it's shitty ones, but yeah.
Shitty ones.
Uh, and then it's gonna call that function, and that function is basically doing is if the amount of rows that you get out of that thing is different than one, fail. Otherwise,
Yes.
return the row. So it's fine to insert. So that's your constraint.
Ah. Okay, but
Uh,
can we remove the guard at the bottom there? Can we just remove that line?
you can,
Okay.
yes. I mean, if you can refine further the call to avoid calling the function, that's more performant.
Yes, but we don't have that case.
Yeah, okay. So, but just to complete the thing, and then on the function, you can define, you can do arbitrary queries using other tables. You
Yes,
see?
that makes perfect sense. Okay, that's exactly what we want, Marin.
Okay.
So you're gonna do. Okay, let me read it out loud. So actually, just copy paste this thing. I think it's easier.
I have a quick question, actually. SQL is case insensitive, right?
Ah, yes, it's just garbage. I prefer uppercase. It's all lowercase. I can
Yeah,
fix that for you right
I
now.
think no,
No,
but
no, but
um, Benet's
I was
using
going to
uppercase.
ask, why is there a preference for uppercase?
Because you make a distinction between DDL and user information, right? Like attributes and that kind of stuff from the DDL commands. Like
What is DDL commands?
DDL, okay, it's the syntax, okay?
No.
It's the syntax. You
Okay.
can say
So
like it's
uppercase the shit out of
DDL
this
means
code,
data
buddy.
definition language, by the way. So it's not really just like primary key, although you're defining them, but it is that.
Okay.
Uh,
JSON schema is a DDL for JSON, by the way. Crappy, but it's
I'm so used to listening DSLL, and then DDL is so weird to me.
DSL is a different thing, right? DSL would be
domain
your
specific language.
yeah. This is a domain specific language, but you define a structure, right? So it's different in that regard.
I
Although
think
you
this line goes away, Mari. This is 129.
Hey,
yeah, if you don't have a case for that, just
Let's rename the
strip it
function also. Hello, man. Potato.
Hello.
potato.
Yeah,
hello,
what a name.
buddy.
Let's
I'm
change the
gonna
name of the
become a
function
potato.
to, I don't know, check for kind or something. Check object kind. Or check
Ah, let me
resource kind,
continue.
maybe, actually.
That's a terrible name, Lemos, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Thank you. That's the quote Maria says all the time
That's a
now.
worse name, but okay.
By the way, this is just checking after insert. So
Yeah, that's cool.
if you need to worry about update, you should put or update blah blah, and then worry about the new and old as well.
We're gonna have to do that.
And
Okay.
you don't have old in. So if you find a general case for both, that's fine. Otherwise, you have to do two functions.
We actually, I
Well,
think
the
we can
general.
combine. I think we can combine them actually.
Yeah, no, because we just need to check if this column exists in this table, basically.
Yeah, so it's
Like,
just if exists. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but how do we say that is for insertion and updates in this case?
Or after insert or update.
Oh, okay.
Mind you, the after means that it will insert and then later check for the
We
constraint.
don't want that. We want to check before.
No, wait. If it fails, it will roll back the second
Ah,
change.
okay. So rollback. Cool.
So
Okay. Map resource, yes. Then in the function, Marine, we need to do the structure is basically the same, but instead of doing a select count, you're gonna do select kind. Select
by the way,
kind.
one thing we forgot that I noticed now, we
Map
don't do cascading on the foreign keys. So you're gonna have to
cascading on the
specify that,
foreign.
and that's very dangerous.
Cascading on the foreign. Do you mean
Like
like?
on delete cascade, something like that. Because when you delete the father table, you should drop the other
Oh, but I
columns,
think
right?
that's the first scenario in which we need this feature of
And
cascading.
we also don't have temporality, but well,
Uh,
man, there's
First
many,
time I see
many,
useful
many, many,
trigger
many more.
arcane magic. Well, we are here to learn the
Man,
magic.
you know what's bizarre? This is like, this pisses me off because this should not be arcane. This should be like, this is specified in the relational model in
It's
the
the other table, Marine.
1970s. It's just that most vendors they just have a horrendous way to do it. Like
Object is resource inside the if.
Yeah, man. Every time I use trigger, I think twice, and I think, is that really useful? What is the trade-offs of my triggers to my database? I mean, triggers has a lot of trade-offs when you deal with um let's say um an application with a high throughput, but I I don't have such knowledge to you know confirm you that is the correct way of use that
Like
triggers.
Geta has all the
For me,
knowledge.
that is a black magic or something like that.
Oh,
I
for
mean,
all of us it is.
it will impact the throughput regardless because you're making calling a function
No, no,
before
no, no,
inserting
no.
the
Don't
thing.
need that, Mari. Just do where a kind equals. Yes, that.
Hmm.
And if that's different than one, that
that's not
means.
really what we want, right?
If it's different than one, that means that we got something, right?
Uh,
Out of
well,
this.
that will output kind, right? You need to output the count. That's what I put before.
No, but we don't want count. We want to select if the kind of this first table
Is
is
equals
equal.
then to
Yeah.
a string, right? Whatever.
Yeah, it's equal to the kind of the new table, the new row that we're trying to insert here.
Man, here's my just answering the remark right on throughput.
112
Uh,
is not that table,
Go
Marinho.
ahead.
It's map resource.
I
Go
will
on.
I will make the case that yes, okay, let's suppose that you are in a system where throughput is indeed a problem. How much are you willing to trump integrity of your data for throughput? That's the question you gotta do. If the answer is yes, you can just rip off integrity altogether, then it should make sense for
I
you
didn't read there.
to just not do check constraints, right?
Map.resource. Oh, it
Yeah,
is.
sounds reasonable,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, I never tested before. And one use case that I need to keep the integrity above the latency, basically.
Latency, okay.
It's a way a point of latency, and it's not really always true, but it's let's see, a company constraint. That is that is my wrong view of triggers and so on. But you have a good point. That is just my experience tell me um, wrong things about triggers and so on.
Like I think some vendors they because people also generalize and they say, yeah, like don't do this because it's bad.
Yep.
Okay, is it bad where? Because some things are bad in SQLite and they're awesome in Postgres. For example, uh, you are disencouraged to use varchar or char with sizes in Postgres. You should actually be using text most places. Uh, on SQLite, it's the opposite. So you actually need to worry more about the size of the page in SQLite. I think it's like after 64, something like that. The pages they start to the page size is smaller. You have more considerations about the pagination of the data that you are retrieving.
Yeah,
Uh,
I see.
so you're basically bringing like the meme of joins being slow, for example. Uh, People used to beat on MySQL back in the day. It got better, but are you basically implying that the algorithms from MySQL they are the same that like I don't know IBM DB2 are using? Man, IBM DB2 in 2005 it could take. I think the benchmark that I saw from 2005 is that it was taking at that time on the IBM mainframes it could take 7 transactions per day per person in the planet
Hmm.
in 2005. Like, just think about the computers we had in 2005 and what we have today. Like, I don't think it's much of a concern for most things that people do, but it also depends on the considerations of the design and the things you're choosing.
Yeah, totally agree with you that this performance constraints are relative to your system.
Which is which is the first thing people ignore, right? They don't even talk about. It's just about I don't know ethereal things that they can't even measure or they don't even bother to measure. Often the or man, let's be honest, people just go by things they like. That's what they do.
Yep. It's the same thing with microservices and monolithic systems and so on. Those so that is not there is no argument. That is just preference.
Yeah, usually there's no argument indeed. It's just I like this. I'm more used to this. Let's do it. I'll go have dinner. I'll be right back. And
All
hello,
right.
Vinicius.
Map
Hello, Vinicius.
name.
No, 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 not that one. Not that. Here, we don't put this one. We're gonna put the object as resource first, Marin.
Oh, right. You need to do this first.
Yeah,
Okay.
the other one will be inserted via the CSV.
But how do we say? Huh, I guess we don't. Okay. Map dot object is resource.
Yeah, then we put
Then
stone and wood basically in that table.
oh, this is not named.
Oh,
This is
actually,
kind.
no, no, yeah, but go back. That's a good idea. Go back. Put a name and a description on that table.
A name and a description. Okay.
Yeah.
What type should we use?
Let's
That
use varchar as well. We're using varchar for the map name.
varchar. We need to say how long this is, right?
Yeah, let's put 16 as well. This is just for a name. And then let's put text for the description. And this can be a
Uh,
text, not null. If I was you, I would copy these 6 columns and to the older file because I'm gonna forget them, 100%.
you mean here?
Yeah. Then you put those keys on the inserts using some Cocoon magic maybe. Oh, okay. So kind
Right.
capacity, base extraction amount, base extraction time.
Name and description.
Yeah. Then you just put 2 lines of insertions of values in this case, which is going to be the stone and the wood. No, be careful, be careful. That's not how you do kinds. Go down a little bit in this file. You need to do some nonsense. Go to the right. Yeah, you need to do that type of nonsense.
Okay. So this needs to be quoted, and we need to say.
I think it's going to be map dot.
Oh, wait, do we actually need to do that given that we're inserting into this table?
I think we do. I think that's
That
how Postgres knows that this is not a simple piece of text. This is actually enum.
okay. That's a little silly, but okay.
That's very silly. Object type, yes. And then you put the capacity, so let's put, I don't know, 50 for now. Extraction amount can be 1, and the extraction time can be 10.
Then what though?
We need to make a
What?
convention. Do you want to make it in milliseconds or in seconds? It doesn't really matter.
Mm, well, because this is an integer, let's use milliseconds actually.
Okay, so put 16,000.
Wait, so the base extraction time is 16 seconds?
No, the 16 milliseconds is a frame. So you need to do the math, but this is what 100 frames, so that's kind of fast for this type of game.
Dude, a millisecond is literally a thousandth of a second.
Well, I know, but I'm thinking about in terms of frames per second. But well, well, whatever. Put 1600 then,
Mm, oops.
and then the name you can put, I don't know, whatever type of wood you remember from Minecraft.
But this is stone.
Oh, whatever type of stone then. That's not how you
Let
do strings.
it's single quotes, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of sad actually that you can't use double quotes for strings.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying I never did.
Uh, let's say this is going to be, I don't know. How about
Okay.
Why not? It's blue. It's pretty.
Okay. And we need to have a description. Just say that it's blue and it's pretty. That's a good description.
Oops. How do you escape a quote here?
It is blue. Just put it is. It's fine. Okay. Then you put the second one, which is gonna be stone. Wood. Sorry. I think you need a
Uh,
comma
we need a comma
and a semicolon at the end.
and a semicolon at the end. Okay.
So just change stone to wood and change the name and the description, and let's try to run Postgres.
Let's change the description, the name to, I don't know, Willow.
Cool.
And it likes water.
Okay. Now, remove those comments on the top, lines 13 to 18. Those can go away now. And now, go to Nix develop, do devenv up to start up the entire Postgres thing. Then just db, just db reset. And if everything goes alright, this should be good to go. And this is just phase one though, because next phase is to fix the map generation. And I have no idea how we're going to do that easily, but let's see. Okay, so there is a file that you can already delete. Delete resource.csv. Wait, resource.csv.
You mean this one?
Yeah, because my understanding is that what you wanted is to make the resources just objects, right? So they're gonna live in the objects.csv, in fact.
Okay.
But there's a problem. We're gonna have to make the map generation script way smarter than it actually it is right now. Go to
Why?
the org file, because right now the map generation is very dumb. Okay, so all the way down to the chest in the sixth row, put below chest, put the stone, and put below bush, the bushes, put the wood. Yeah. Okay, that should be enough. Now, well, in theory, you need to to use Emacs to generate the CSV. Let's change the CSV manually now. Go to the CSV. Yeah. So do the same process but in CSV format.
And here is wood, right?
Yes. Try to start up the devenv now.
Stone, then there's a gap, and then there's the wood, and then there's a tree. Okay. So devenv up, right?
Yeah. And in the other terminal, go to Nix develop again and prepare to do just db reset. If the function that we did is correct and the insert is correct, this should not fail, but it did.
And it
Cool.
did.
Uh,
Foreign key.
syntax error though. Let's go to line 91. Are you missing a comma? Oh yes, you're missing a comma. Line 89. Let's go. Okay, that failed.
There is no unique constraint matching given keys for a reference table.
Object resource.
Right, because capacity is not actually a key.
I don't understand what that means. Can you just do foreign keys? Well, I guess that makes sense.
Huh.
No, but this needs to be a foreign key. Capacity needs to come from the other one. This needs to be a foreign key. But that kind of obligates us to make the capacity a primary key of the other one, which is not really correct per se. I'm very surprised actually.
Hmm. I mean, we could say that, okay, the same resource Like different instances of the same resource can have different capacities. Is that a problem?
That's not a problem, but that shouldn't be the only solution available.
Hmm.
Like for real though. Like we can make it for now and ask Magetta when he comes back.
I think the proper way to do this would be to put this in the trigger actually.
Put what?
Like this, we get rid of this and we move this check to the trigger.
Nah, I don't like that solution though. But sure, we can do that. We can definitely do that.
Uh, well, but then here we need to say
Just paste it.
yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to change a few things because it's gonna be new dot quantity, and you need to select capacity in there. Yeah, yeah, that's it. And then you remove on line 89, you remove capacity.
Line 89. Right, we don't need this anymore.
This is really not correct, I think, but okay. Oh, actually, wait. There's a problem. Uh, the front end needs to know the capacity, so we need to make a view now. How cool. We need to make a view doing a natural join.
Okay.
So go to character schema. There is a natural join view going on there. So search for natural join. Yeah, we're gonna copy these 4 lines. Actually, we also gonna oh, we're gonna have to copy all the infrastructure to have a view now. How cool.
Amazing.
Okay, so well, we're not gonna insert on the view though. So maybe just copying those lines that you did, it's fine. Put that below the map resource definition. Yeah, that. Now you will do character. You do map resource map the underscore resource dot view. I would do, and then you do a select from the map dot resource, and you do a natural join of that with the map dot is object is resource, and that's it. And don't forget the semicolon. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to do queries on this thing. Cool. Now we try to run it. Let's see what Postgres will complain now. Map underscore resource doesn't exist. What line? 94. It's saying that map object dot object is resource doesn't what? Go back to the character schema. Um, Search for character dot view on this buffer.
Back.
Uh, we have a question for you, Mageta.
Hmm?
Character view. That's curious. This is just replacing the operations. Okay, so I can't rename it. That's weird. Okay, so go back to the previous buffer. Change that to map.resource. Man, but that's wrong. Why can't I rename it? I don't understand. Let's start with this question. Magetta, do you see the screen?
Let me see. Mm-hmm.
That works, by the way.
Oh, it's because map is a namespace thing. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's ask the real question. So Magetta, we have a very peculiar situation. You see the table on line 67.
Yeah.
There is a capacity field on there on line 69.
Mm-hmm.
originally we wanted this capacity field to be on the next table as well, and we wanted to make capacity a foreign key. However,
But
as you can see on line 74, capacity is not part of the primary key.
yeah,
So Postgres didn't allow us to do that.
yeah, that's
And I,
fine.
and I'm asking, and then Marinho suggested that the best solution to do that then is to do that on the trigger function.
Yeah.
Then the question
If you
is
need
that
to
the best
express
way?
the constraint
Yes,
that is not part of the key, that's not
yes.
like a necessary ontological commitment for that thing to
But
exist.
to me, it is kind of is, philosophically speaking.
What you are seeking is like think of this. I can show you some code I did that's pretty nice for this later, but you're looking for you're looking for substance, accidents in the substance, and you are looking at differentiation of this accidents. Those are the three things you're looking for. So when you have temporality, you look for modifications in time of the attributes in the substance, but the substance itself needs to be immutable. That's the primary key.
Yes,
The, the primary key needs to be differentiated by other members of its genus so it is distinct, right?
yes,
So then you ask yourself the question, what needs to be what is the what are the things that give me the differentiation that is not part of the same category, but they are of the outside of this category of being to something else. Like for example, uh, let's pick the user, right? User table with let's pick that one actually. Object is resource.
yeah,
Um, object is resource. Then we have the kind, the capacity, the base extraction amount, the base extraction time, name, and description.
yeah.
Description is clearly not part of the primary key.
I agree on that.
Name name could be
It could.
object. What is the intent of object is resource?
The intent is we have objects. Some subgroup of those objects they have a subcategorization called resource, and
Okay.
we want to constrain
Oh,
one
okay.
to be a subgroup, a mandatory subgroup of the other.
I see. So it's like a refinement, right?
Yeah, refinement
Okay.
exactly. So then Marinho said, okay, so we just need the object, the kind to be
But you
the
should have a
object type.
foreign key of the other one, shouldn't you?
Wait, which one?
If this is a resource, shouldn't this be a foreign key on the
On the
object?
Alright, there's this table here already. We should... Hmm, should we?
And I'm not getting, why would we make a foreign key of object is resource on the object table?
The object is resource is subgroup of the objects. Well,
Yes.
Hmm.
that means that they are contained inside of them.
Yeah, but aren't we doing that by using the trigger plus the object type on the kind?
Well, they my point is that they can vary whenever, right? If you destroy like don't you need so my question is that's polymorphism, right? Essentially.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so here's the I have one example of polymorphism, but essentially polymorphism is like this. You have one table that needs to track the records of every member of that category. So think of this geometric figures, geometric uh, polygons, let's say. Like the table is just polygons, okay? And you can have multiple kinds of polygons inside. Well, can you? I mean, does that make sense?
No.
Let me pick one. Okay, 2D planar geometric structures. Okay, is that better to
Okay.
visualize?
Okay.
So you have that table. You can have triangles, you can have squares, you can have rectangles, you can have all circles. They're all on their own category, and let's say that we need to do something with them, and they have different attributes. For example, the circle has a radius, right? that a triangle doesn't have.
Mhm. Yes, that's true.
So you would have those things uh, to be further specified on the table for circles only. So that's
Yes.
polymorphism, right? Does
Yes.
that make sense? The parallel?
It kind of does, but
Yeah, but how do you do that? Think about it.
yeah, but here's the thing. I understand what you're saying, but to me the bridge is already being built via the kind. They're using the same kind. That's how they are
But
connected.
it's well, it might be, but it's not enforced.
It's
Hmm.
not enforced. How is that not
Or
enforced? It's the
wait,
same
are you
enum.
enforcing? Okay, you're enforcing on the last table. Is that it? Let me see.
Yeah, so here's how it works. You have the map.object, which by the way, Marin, we need to make a trigger to change the insertion to not allow you to have normal objects with kinds that are resources, right?
Yeah, no, there's actually a better way to do that.
Okay. Anyway, so here's how it works, Mageta. We have the object table, which is supposed to be the objects that are, how can I say, they are just there. They don't do anything, they're just there. Then there is a subset of those objects that are resourceable, so you can gather them. And that is being done via the 67. So map object is resource. Then we have the instances of these resources, which is the table below. So the table map object are objects that are not gatherable. Then the second table tells us which objects out of the group are gatherable,
Mm-hmm.
and out of those recipes of gatherable objects, what are the instances of those? That's the map.resource table.
So you're
That's
basically making the other relation in the middle to be just like a boolean.
yes, but they have extra info as well, not only yes or no, but you're essentially correct. Okay, so let's see what the heck Marinho is doing. So he changed that. Now we have a primary key, the map name, the kind, the x position, and the y position. Okay, and then the foreign key is the map name, which comes from the map. Then we have a double. I don't know why we have a double in
I
there,
mean
but
that
okay.
works. I wouldn't do it that way. I would do it on the. I would do it
I don't
breaking down the
I don't
only two
think here's
tables.
what I would bet. I don't think you would classify the resources as a subgroup of objects. I think you would do completely separate
Why?
because
I
that's what I'm feeling, and that's also what Mageta suggested to me last time when I explained to him this problem.
Okay, consider this. Can you have two objects on the same tile?
No,
Can you have an object and a resource on the same tile?
no.
So, why should they be different in the sense of like? Uh,
They are both entities. I agree on that. I agree on that. That they can be grouped if you really want to. Wait, but I haven't finished reading. Can you scroll down? I want to read what you did.
well, I just made the map name
Yeah, but
kind
there is
x
a
and y
double. Yeah,
position.
but there is a double foreign key.
Is that a problem?
Yeah. Why are you doing 88 and 89?
Oh, right. This is wrong.
Okay. So the primary keys of the resource is the map name, the kind, the x, and the y position. Cool. Then the map name comes from somewhere else. That makes sense. But uh, wait, can you do that? Are you were doing a foreign keys on the same keys in two different places? Can you do that?
you're doing a foreign key
Yeah, you
of the same
see
key.
line 88. You see that he's doing a foreign key of the map name on the map.instance table, okay?
Yeah.
But then
And
on
he's
line
also doing
90,
64, but the map name is also picked from the map object.
map.object. Yeah, but the
I mean,
map.object is already doing that.
it you can do that. Now, should you do that is another question.
I think you should not have 88 though.
I don't
I,
know. Well, that will depend on what you guys want to enforce somewhere, right?
okay, go Marinho. What do you want to enforce to have 88 and 90 there?
I guess they are kind of redundant because if you look at the definition of the other table, the map name is also a foreign key there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So you can remove the 88. Cool. Okay, so let's read the rest. So now you're saying that the kind comes from the object is resource. That makes sense. But then you are also saying that the map name, the kind, the x position, and y position, they come from the map.object. Okay, so this is really saying that a resource is an object now.
Yes,
Okay. Here's another question. Are we going to forbid insertions on the map.object that are resources?
we can't because this is a foreign key.
That doesn't. Oh no, actually, you're right. Wait, but then we should not have stone and wood as exclusive resources, right? We should use trees and I don't know, rocks. And then they can, if they are not on the map resource, that means that they are just there. You cannot interact with them, you cannot do anything with them. But if they are, then you can do something about them. Is that the idea?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, so go to the enum and let's remove the wood from there.
Although, is this the best way to do it?
But here's
I'm
the
not
thing. You
sure.
were noticing that there is another way to do this, right? I think it's what Margeta suggested to me last time, which is you do not put the objects and the resources in the same bucket. You make a separate enum just for those, and if you
But
have collisions on the map level between objects and resources, you treat them instead of just assuming that they are one. You see?
but then you allow those collisions to be possible.
Yeah, I agree. Margeta, do you see the trade-off here?
Wasn't paying attention. What's that?
Okay, so Marinho and I, we just Marinho just exposed that there is another way of doing this. Instead of putting the resources in the objects in the same bucket, we can make them separate with the resources having a completely separate enum. But then, when the map is being created with the layers, we need to account for clashes because maybe the map generator will try to put a resource and an object on the same tile. And then
Mm-hmm.
without doing this way that Marinho did, we are going to allow those clashes to happen in the map generation process.
Yeah.
So doing this way, we do not allow them to happen, but we have to bear the burden of the choices that we made here. And if we make them separate, then the map generation is now possible to clash.
Do we want that? What's a resource? A resource is like,
It's the same as an object, but you can interact with it. That's it.
what if it's a okay. What if it's like a book atop of a table? They are on the same X and Y. They're not on the same Z.
It's not possible for that to happen yet, though.
Yeah, but well, we should start thinking of that, right?
Well, but
Um,
Well, you would model that as a table with a book, actually.
yes, in our design, it would have to embed both, right?
yeah, but Mageta's point is valid. What if you want to be? We're not
Uh,
leveraging the Z at all.
that's a bit weird though, because the table wouldn't be just an X and Y, right? It would be X, Y uh with the X plus one, Y plus one, X plus one,
No, it's
Y.
not possible for an object to occupy more than one tile at the moment.
Yeah, right now that's a limitation, but I don't think that's a limitation we should have for too long.
We are postponing having that because it's gonna make the map generation really complicated,
Possibly, yes, I
and I
can
don't
see.
want that to happen right now. Anyway, so let's do it this way. Uh, let's do it this way that Marinho is proposing now, and then when we introduce the Z axis, then we see what the heck is gonna blow up. So go to the enum, Marinho. We need to change the enum.
It's a good strategy. Let's see what blows up.
We are here to learn. We need to do this. Okay, so remove wood and change stone to rock.
Remove wood and change stone
And don't
to
forget to
rock.
remove that comma and put that in caps. Yeah. And now go to the input SQL and change lines 14 and 15. This is tree now instead of wood, and that's it. Okay, see if this works. Do a db reset on the left.
By the way, Mageta, do you like this lore?
Wait, let me see. Rock object fluorite. Oh man, thank you, man. Goiás, 19 something. I don't remember.
Yeah, it works. Okay, so now we need
It's
to.
like having your whole silverware made of uranium, right?
Okay, so did you deleted resource.csv and resource.org, Marinho?
Not yet. I
Delete
should, right?
those. Yeah, you should delete those two files, yes.
Mm, resource. Okay. Server maps pond resource
Yeah. Okay, now you're gonna go to map.url.
map Earl.
Yeah. No, actually, map generator first. We're gonna have to touch this as well, but not now. Okay, this is the place that you're gonna have to think very smartly because now the object.csv has two types of things and we need to have them separate. So ideas to do that. Remove this line. Line 14 can go away because all the resources live in the objects. Yeah. Lines 20, 23 and 24 can also go away.
Actually, hmm. Magetta, I have a question.
Hmm?
What happens if um, map? Uh, okay, so the quantity here is not null, right?
Yeah.
Just a sec, Marinho. Let's see.
Yeah, it's an integer that is
Quantity
definitely not a
is
null.
not null. Yeah.
If I try to insert a null here, can I
Mhm.
intercept that in the trigger?
Hello?
Why? Yes, you can. But why?
Okay, because I was thinking, if we say, okay, the default value for the quantity is the capacity, then we don't have to care about the difference between resources and objects all that much.
Hmm.
Mm,
No,
that
I think
is
it's fine.
correct. That is
Yeah, that is
correct.
fine.
That's still a problem though, because wait, I just noticed a thing. Ooh, okay, go to objects.org, Marinho. Okay, so here's change stone to tree. Oh, change stone to rock and wood to tree. Here's the question. How do you know that the first tree is a resource and the second one is not?
Well, they cannot be the same kind of tree.
Yeah, but we don't have this information on the org level, like on the CSV level.
That's because we don't have a distinction between trees that are resources and trees that are not resources in the enum.
Yes, but do you understand the problem? The map generator needs to know this difference. But
We
if
can
you're
do
gonna,
this.
yeah, but if we're gonna put separate enum values just for the resources, then maybe it's better to just split them up to all together. Dude. The gains that we had with the current strategy is if you want to have a rock that is just an object, it's fine. If you want to have a rock that is gatherable, that's also fine. And we're leveraging the same enum for both and leveraging the foreign keys. If we're gonna make special enum values just for the resources, why not just split them?
Hmm.
There is a way, actually. We can make another org file that tells at each item if it's an object or a resource. And then we need to like parse that, and say, oh, on this coordinate, the object that is there is actually a resource.
There's an easier way actually.
Go.
We make a convention that none of these enum tags will ever end in an asterisk. And then in the org file, we say if this is a resource, we put an asterisk on it.
Here we go introducing the horrible syntax.
Well, what can I do? I do allow Magenta to do it. I should allow Marinho to do it.
I
So,
mean, asterisk is just the first thing that came to mind. It could be any other character as long as we don't use it as part of the enum name for
okay,
anything.
okay. So let's do the following. Go back to the enum, remove the willow from there, and let's go with your idea. But go to the map generator. We need to change the parsing because the map generator is parsing this thing.
Why
Okay,
don't we put instead underscore or kebab mode, something that we can read and say resource dash blah blah blah.
I guess that's an option as well.
Now go for it. Whatever you prefer,
Because at
Marinho.
least we don't need to remember that asterisk means resource. It's less arcane.
And don't forget to change the CSV as well.
And this org table formatting in Cocoon
Yeah.
is heretical.
Why?
It just feels wrong, man.
It feels very wrong, right?
But it works.
Nobody's denying that part. Okay, but change the CSV though. We need to also to update the CSV.
Okay, this is a tree resource, and this is a rock resource. Right.
Then you go to the map generator, and now we need to do change that. You see that function down there that is doing all of that list to map, what blah 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 blah. You're gonna have to change that shit. And don't
Oh
forget to
boy.
remove lines 23 and 24.
23 and 24.
Yeah, this is
Right.
assuming the CSV resource file. And don't forget to remove the semicolon from line 22. Yeah. Okay, now it comes the big guns. We need to change that list join that Magenta did in completely freestyle and it worked.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this thing.
Oh, the Erlang beauty.
Yeah, yeah. This is how we parse and in doing the insertions on the database.
Looks
Okay,
like my
so
code.
uh,
Let's see. Let's join with a comma.
and just for you to know, what are we doing? We are basically composing. You see line 44? You
Yeah,
see that there is a tilde s there before the on conflict, right?
yeah,
That is what we are composing in this function. That tilde s.
I see.
So this is parentheses and then a bunch of stuff between commas. What I'm going to suggest
Okay.
to you is for us to return a tuple. We return the ones that are resources and everything else, basically.
The ones that are resources and everything else.
So we need to fold with two accumulators. One for the resources and another one for whatever we already are doing.
It's actually easier to just do two passes.
Well, yes, but I thought the Marine that I know would say, but that's inefficient and blah 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 and blah and blah. And I would say
It
yes.
is, but here's the problem. We can't remove the resources from the objects because we need the resources to be objects because that's what they are in the modeling that we have
Folks,
right now.
I'll just go on a call real quick. I'll be right
Go
back.
there. Go there.
Go there.
I
Because
understand what
otherwise,
you're saying. I understand
no,
what you're saying.
because yeah, because otherwise the foreign keys will be missing.
And there's another problem. Now, the resources they have a suffix that are not present in the enum, which means that you're going to have to parse that.
That's pretty trivial though.
But we're going to have to do it.
Let's see, map name, table.
Yeah, so the name is because it's assuming that we are going to do an inserts on map.tile and map.object. That's why the name is there on line
All
46.
right.
So the function, see the type signature of line 27. The generate function receives a connection, a map name, and the name, which is going to be tile, and something called table, right? Where are you using the table? Uh,
Here.
yeah, I see. Yeah, okay, that's correct. Uh,
I forget what enumerate does.
I think, well, let's search, but I think it's just doing a zip with numbers.
Hmm, Actually, it's probably easier to go here, and then we have the. Where is it? Uh, lists. Equivalent to this. Blah, blah, returns list one with each element. Oh, okay. I see. This is. Uh, yeah. That's basically um, zip with and arrange
Yeah, so it's
essentially.
zip, it is zip with numbers. Cool. Yeah, so I think we are doing this to do some sort of indexing on the process. I don't remember anymore.
And for some reason, the default is one based. That's shameful.
Well, now it's shameful. Doing two passes is fine.
But here's the thing. The reason I suggested two passes is because we're actually going to have to call.
I agree. No, no, I understand the rationale. It's because you're gonna have to do another batch of inserts only on the map.resources.
That's probably a way to do a single insert, and then we can get away with doing a single pass on the list. But
Ooh, okay, so you want to do map. Okay, let's search for that first. Okay, so in Postgres, uh, insert multiple tables. Let's see if there is a syntax for that. I think people will say to just do a function. Uh,
I mean, we can do a function, I guess, if it comes to that.
uh, I don't think it's worth it. Like there are solutions that involve multiple tables doing like a, but I really think it's not worth it. Let's just do two passes. It's fine. We can improve this later anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to, from the first pass, we need to remove the dash resource from them.
Which
Keep
is here
keep
actually.
everything as they are, but remove the dash resource onwards.
uh,
We want a split function of some sort.
let's see modules. This is not what I want. Uh, there is a string module. Um,
Couldn't we just treat strings as lists and just split it?
we can, I guess, but hmm,
Oh wait, prefix. If prefix is the prefix of string, is that a suffix function?
nope.
Okay, so that's sad. No, it's a split. You jumped. Let me read the split ones. So split with three arguments. Splits string where search pattern is encountered and return the remaining parts. Where default leading indicates whether the leading, the trailing, or all encounters of search pattern will a split string. Is that not enough?
I mean, it is. It's kind of janky though.
Well. I think you're gonna have to bear with it.
uh, and actually, I can tell you precisely why we have a prefix but no suffix.
Tell me.
It's because strings are linked lists.
Ah, okay, so now it's the performance talk again. I see.
Yeah, because prefix is literally just um, parallel. As long as the characters here match the characters here, and then when this becomes empty, you just return whatever's left from this, right? But if you want to do a suffix, you need to walk backwards, which is not efficient.
Okay, so let's
And
do a reverse and then a prefix. Done. And then reverse again, because we need to get the original object name. I think
yeah,
split
we
is gonna
can.
be our best bet, dude.
No, we should just do a replace.
Okay, so what replaces search pad in a string with replacement? Where indicates whether the leading, the trailing, or all encounters of search are to be replaced. How the heck are you plan to do that?
Like this, actually.
Because we need to
Uh,
remember which ones are resources.
hmm.
Oh, never mind. We're gonna do two passes, so we can forget actually. Go on, continue what you're doing actually.
Let's be forgetful. String
Wait, wait,
replace.
wait, 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 wait. We're not gonna do this right now because we can forget. But couldn't we do binary pattern matching and stuff?
I mean,
That would be cool.
I'm not sure actually, because here's the problem. We need to match something that happens at the end of the string.
But didn't we do this in like Canteen? Didn't we do like very extravagant pattern matching on the stuff? Well, maybe I'm tripping. Let's continue with this approach for now, with the replace approach. But
Uh,
that would be cool if it works.
Actually, what are we doing? We control the data. We can do this actually. Um, let's go back to the
No,
org.
what are we doing is that we are making changes. Uh, oh, you mean putting as a prefix instead of a suffix?
Yeah.
Sure, but we can forget. Doesn't matter.
No, no, no. But that actually makes the code easier because now, let me just
Now
change
you
the
can just
CSV as well.
prefix.
Uh, Oops. Resource. Word. Yeah, that's not gonna work. And get rid of this. Yeah, because now we can just do map generator. Um,
Prefix on it and call it.
yeah, string prefix.
But if that's the case, can't we just not be forgetful? Because now we can easily not be. But we're gonna have to also. Wait, is it case insensitive?
No, but this is after we call uppercase.
Oh, we are calling. Okay, we need to call it uppercase because of the enums. Cool. Um, oh, it actually. We can't just do this though. Because if it doesn't work, we need to do a pattern match on no match.
We can just blow up as well.
But if that happens, we're gonna stop the parsing. We should not do that.
Why?
What do you mean? The first object that we have on that CSV file is not the one with a prefix. This will blow up.
Oh, right. We can't actually do that. Hmm.
Shameful. Because now it's annoying because we need to care about it.
Uh, can you do a block or a let or something like that in Erlang?
I would just make a separate function, but I think you can actually.
Let's make a separate function. That's probably easier.
Yep.
Let's call it. Let's call it
Uh, un yeah,
deresourcificate.
yeah, exactly. I was about to say something like that, but I would say unresourcify. You said de-resourcification.
Uh, let's call it object. That's a very specific name, of
We
course.
should put the object string. That's gonna be confusing as fuck.
Object name. And then we say
Case, and then you copy that string prefix stuff going on down there. Actually, before that, do the uppercase in a separate variable.
in a separate variable.
Yeah, separate binding. Uppercase. Then you do that, and you replace the lm with the object name. Off. Then if it's a no match, we return the uppercase. If it's the other thingy, we return the other thingy. I already forgot what is the other thingy.
If it's a no match,
Return uppercase, upper name, and if it's the other
otherwise,
stuff, which is
uh,
a string name, and then you return that. Remove that. No, no, remove that as well. And yeah, and remove line 27. It's wrong. It should not be a lamb.
all right. This is object name,
Yeah.
and then here we call deresourcificate
Look at the size of this thing.
lm.
Holy fuck. I kind of feeling that the case. No, the case is correct. Need to go. It was good to hear your voices again. See you, Fernando.
See ya.
Let's go. Okay, now the fun part. Copy the entire thingy. Copy the entire map attributes. We're gonna have to do it again.
Hmm.
Okay.
We are
Yeah,
recording, by the way, so
yeah,
be
that's
careful.
fine.
Look at this function name.
So, de-resourcificate.
Yeah.
That looks like something that would be on a government website, like an ASP.NET website. Using this.
Amazing. Uh, okay, cool. Oh man, we're gonna have to have a resourcificate function though, because now we're gonna copy paste and do the complete opposite.
Uh,
What a good code.
Hmm.
Marie didn't think this through.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. It's like, okay, here's the problem.
No, I have a solution. You're gonna hate it, but I do know how to solve it.
You don't know the problem. I didn't say it.
No, but I do know how to solve the problem that I said.
Uh, anyways, this is using a lot of list functions, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Which is okay, it's good. The problem is that this makes it awkward if you want to do other stuff together with it.
Yeah. So
And I'm not sure how it's the best way to deal with that.
well, I don't know about that problem about doing a bunch of list operations, but to solve the problem of the de-resourcification, I do know, and the answer relies on a boolean. Believe it or not.
The
You
answer relies on a boolean.
Yeah, you pass an argument to this function, telling it to keep the resource prefix or not, or to do special treatment. Then we can use the single function for both passes, both for the resource stuff and for the object non-resource stuff. We can reuse the same behavior of the function. Instead of copy pasting it, changing the behavior, we just pass it as an argument, which is, well,
Hmm.
isomorphic to a boolean in this
Man,
case.
I'm craving for a big burger right now. Burger King. Don't know why. Just don't you want
Hmm.
to do
Oh, why not?
clover while you eat a burger?
Ideas, Marinho, to solve it, to solve this particular problem there.
Uh, well, we can always cheat.
Cheat. Hmm.
Yeah, if we spawn a process and we send the resources to the process as we encounter them, we can collect them at the same time as we um, create the query for the object insertion, right?
Wait. So, oh my god, you want to create a separate process in this function just to do a receive collecting the resources, and then at the end of your pass, you wait for your child to give it, and then you combine them in a single thing.
It involves asynchronous programming, therefore it's right in Erlang.
Yeah, but it's like overkill as fuck to do this, but okay, we can do that.
Oh, it would be overkill if he went with Kafka. He didn't want.
Yeah, no, not no Kafka, no Kafka. I'm sorry, but no Kafka.
Okay,
Oh,
so
you
I'm
let's.
could
sure.
dispatch a message. Man, we should do a project with Kafka one day. We should try to replicate the microservices architecture.
I think you are gonna regret the first second
Ah,
after we
but
start that.
I know what we should do on a Nekoma project. That would be amazing, and I think we would have fun with it.
Here it comes.
So, so the proposal would be we start a virtual company. Okay, so we start a fake company where everyone is free. Like we have some goal to achieve, let's say, and that everyone is free to do whatever they want. Okay, so we need
Okay.
to collaborate via the most cursed, uh, so we can build the most cursed ecosystem possible. So we have to do Kafka. Like for example, if you can just make an API call that is REST, like a REST API call, of course you don't do a REST API call, right? You write XML inside of Kafka. You see, that kind of stuff.
And then you
So
render the page by eventually having the thing.
yeah, you do like eventual consistent. You have databases to synchronize that kind of stuff. I think we would have fun doing that, and it would be a good use case of how crazy companies can go with all of these decisions.
I don't know about the first part, about the fun, but I completely agree on the second part.
Oh man, I think it would be fun because I wouldn't be doing it with like managers pinging on my ass, right? I would be doing it with friends. So at least I could curse the system. Isn't it an interesting idea? I think it's interesting. Benet would certainly do his Erlang, so Benet would do Erlang. I would do like I don't know a prologue service running. That would be amazing.
Okay, we
Marin
can
would do
w-
what?
we can
Janet,
consider. We can consider for sure.
I would try actually to write a process in service in,
a
in
Kafka,
shell.
a Kafka thing of Janet. That would be amazing, Marin.
I thought
Well,
To
no,
Marinho
then
would say fourth. He said shell.
oh
no,
fourth
no,
then that would be
no, no. Janet and Forfa are sensible compared to Shell.
I don't know, man. I really don't know about that statement, but okay.
Oh, I think so. I think so.
Okay, so are we gonna settle for the separate process, Marin? We need to decide, man.
That's. I mean, it's not functional, but it seems like a good idea.
Okay, let's
Famous
do
last
it then.
words.
Famous last words.
uh, okay, so how do I do this? I would need a process that waits for.
Yeah, it's a thing that receives anything, and if it receives an atom stop, it stops the receiving process. And you need to spawn that before the map attributes, because now we're gonna make this function an impure function.
Before. Yeah, we do. But
Oh
actually, I'm
fuck.
thinking we should probably pull this out and pass it the entire list because that will make it easier to send this as a message. Because we need to remember these map name and these coordinates, right?
Yes, we need to remember that.
I will announce the project, by the way. I want to see people joining. We're gonna simulate a company, man. A Kafka company. That'll be amazing.
I mean, I never read Kafka. I'm pretty sure he's a good writer, but I
Would you
wouldn't
have
use his
dailies with
programming
him?
model.
Would you have dailies with him?
No.
Yes, maybe. Okay, let me send a message on announcements.
Holy fuck.
Uh,
How do I ping people on the announcements?
What do you want to ping? Who?
Like,
Like,
don't we have a tag for people that subscribed to the announcements? Oh, everyone is just
yeah,
fine.
normally announcements is just everyone.
huh,
You
actually,
need a PID in there.
one step at a time, Lemus.
I think Bene will not believe when he reads this. Like,
Eventual. Think of the company, by the way.
no, 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 not about your thing. I'm talking about this PR that we are making here. I think you will read this and ask
Proper
ourselves, wait,
name.
you guys
I
did an entire
you.
asynchronous process to parse a file? And you're gonna say yes?
Yes.
And then I'm gonna tell him, you know what's the worst part? The worst part? Marinho was smiling all the way through. And I was too.
Okay, so
Man, I will totally have my eLisp service running around.
I can imagine that happening actually.
uh, it's gonna be something kind of like this, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Totally. Totally, totally, totally.
All right, so
Let's call it resource guy. Jesus fuck.
yeah, I'm feeling a little bit like
Not done.
I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, Phineas and Ferb is in my mind at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
There's a platypus with a
There's
plate.
a platypus controlling me. Yeah.
Receive?
Uh, Receive. I forget how you do a receive actually.
Uh, you just. I don't think you have any more receives in the code. Well, we do. Wait.
Those
We
are
don't.
Zig though.
Yeah, we don't have more receives in the code thanks to Bene.
That's amazing actually.
I
But
think
also
it's
kind of
just.
annoying.
I think it's just receive, then the pattern matches, then the end. That's it.
Uh, well, in that case, if we
There should be
say
only two pattern matches. One atom called stop, which is gonna be the one that we're gonna return. Oh, we need an accumulator as well. Put the accumulator. Yeah.
yeah,
Wait, we can do better. We don't need an accumulator. Well, we need accumulator, but we can also do have received the connection as an argument. Maybe this process can do the insertion, or do you want the main process to do it?
uh, I mean, we can do the insertion here, I guess.
Well, let's,
Although we really should do it only after the other insertion is already done.
okay. So then let's not do it. Let's just have the accumulator there. So when you do stop, you just return the accumulator. You need to receive the PID in there. It's a tuple, PID and a stop.
Oh, right. We should stop PID, then
PID exclamation mark accumulator. That's it. And then the other pattern match is a catch-all of the what you need to accumulate more.
uh, well, this would be a resource. In which case we do resource insertificate
No, 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 no,
and
no.
we
You need to do the masking. Copy lines 47.
masking.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah. That entire thing, format, blah blah blah.
Hmm, okay. Actually, here.
Yeah.
Tell me some cursed architecture that you would do, Marinho. I would own an Emacs Lisp system of records running on Project M36 as my database, and Kafka using DDD and TDD.
Wow.
I would totally do that. What would you do, Lemus? Think about it.
Um, let me think.
Oh, I forgot about what I was going to write.
Mm,
How can I make these more cursed? Oh, CQRS.
okay, Kafka. Um, cursed.
I think like language, technology, design. Like, think of all of that.
Mm, I'm not used to this question. I have to think more.
How can we come up with a cursed architecture? It's not something you hear daily.
That's not gonna work, Mani,
Why not?
because you need to wait. What are we doing? What are you doing there? What are you
Tail
formatting?
calling.
No, but
This
what
is
are
a
you
tail call.
formatting?
The resource.
Oh, the parenthesis in the is before the. Okay, okay. Let's spawn the process before the map attributes.
Uh,
I don't know how to do that anymore. Okay, so what I would do? Kafka for sure. Probably Python or Common Lisp without any type of annotations, just like pure dynamic madness. Um,
mm,
HTML in Haskell, HTML rendering, the front end in Haskell, backend in Python, Kafka, and a database will be a CSV file.
Okay, I'll send that, and then you guys give example scenarios.
mm,
There.
Oh man.
Oh
Uh,
man, that looks so autistic, man. Owns an
autistic.
Emacs Lisp event sourced CQRS system of records running a project M36 as my database and Kafka, DDD, and TDD.
Mm,
I wonder what Bene would do.
module function args. Well, the module is map generator. The function is it actually a function? No, it's an atom. Well, is the Doofenshmirtz inserter, and the argument is an empty list to begin with.
Yes. Then you need to pass to the resource significate the PID, right? Holy fuck. It doesn't even fit in your criteria, Marin.
What do you mean?
It doesn't. It doesn't fit at all. Okay, then what you're gonna do is the following. After you do the do block with Postgres, you do a comma after that, and then you're gonna send a message to the process to stop,
Do we
retrieve
need
the.
this okay here?
Yes, we do need this okay.
Uh, okay, then we do.
Send to the
Um,
process the stop message with your own PID.
you know what we could do actually?
What?
No, actually, that doesn't seem like a good idea. Here's the problem.
Tell me the problem.
This generator is not actually going to run inside of the server, right?
It is already.
Oh, it is already
No, but it just does this at boot time.
at boot time.
Yeah, after it's done, it's never gonna call this again.
Okay. So actually, let's do this, and then we say,
Oh
um,
man, an event sourcing library for Emacs Lisp. I
Is that a
totally
thing?
need to do. No, I will do it.
Really?
Man, I need to put my knowledge to practice. I know how to do it now.
I don't know if I feel sad or happy about that.
Oh man, dude, this would be an
Self money.
astounding. This would be an astounding.
Receive after that.
I'm looking for the word for it. Would be an astounding educational effort. Like, think of the amount of stuff we can learn with it. And
uh,
just
and then we
Vinicius' idea
do.
is a good one.
let me see. I'll make a service that runs an LLM locally, wasting all the closest resource where I pass all the inputs to the LLM. Please,
Like it's really not bad.
it's it's actually good. Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually something that I can see people doing.
Wow.
Let's finish this madness, money. It's because I really want to see if this is going to work. Uh,
Uh, and then we do.
Copy the sequel from that. Yeah, copy this entire thing. That's true. And then we need to do a
This
couple
dot
of
goes
things.
here actually, and we need an end as well, right?
Yes.
And then
Holy fuck.
uh,
Okay, you don't need the insert into. You can hard code. It can be map.resource directly.
map dot
We're
resource
gonna have to do a
save
join, I think.
a join.
Oh no, we removed capacity from the table, right? From the
We
Wait,
resources
removed,
table.
yeah, we removed capacity.
Okay, so line 69, you should remove the first thingy.
open. Man, the meme potential this has is just another level.
Put resources instead of map attributes.
Join, comma, and then resources.
Yeah, then you do the inside the do block of the Postgres, you need to swap SQL for resource SQL. I have very little faith this is gonna work first try, but let's go.
Uh,
Look at
I
this,
even
dude.
mm,
Look at what the heck.
if I do DB reset, this is gonna run, right? Or
No,
not?
just do just db reset just to be sure, and now you do just server. I think it's gonna blow up phenomenally. It did. Cool.
Resourcing certificatonator 1 is unused. What do you mean?
Uh, Incertificator. It's unused. What? Did you save this
It
file?
right? I did.
Is there a typo? Can you try to see if the first one is the second one?
It actually is.
Mm, I'm confused.
Oops.
I
I don't
don't.
think this is gonna work, but
I don't think you need the everything there, but
yeah, we don't.
do we have examples of spawn in the docs?
We do. I'm using this
Yeah,
module
but
function
this is
args.
not examples though. This is just the docs. That's fine. Look at a regular day in my company, except for the part that can work in some sense. I need to respond to this.
man, this role play has a lot of potential. Just saying.
Mm,
Nah, I
what
don't
the
think
heck?
that's the problem, Marinho. But let's see. It error out.
Map resources does not
Wait,
exist.
wait. Why do you need to export that shit?
Well, it was complaining that the function was unused, so I decided, okay, let's pretend that we're going to actually export this, even though
But
we don't care
but
about it.
but what? But what? Can you go back?
Yeah?
Are we going crazy? Search for man, what? There is no typo, right? What the fuck?
No, there isn't.
I don't understand, but okay, let's read the error. Undefined table, relation map.resources does not exist. Did we call it
Uh,
map.resource or map.resources?
that's an excellent question. Resource singular.
Okay, so that's the problem.
Okay.
Uh,
Did it work?
oh, right, we need the capacity. Well, not the capacity, the quantity. Right? I didn't do the thing that I suggested we do for making a default for the quantity.
Oh, we need to catch the exception. Mageta, help us.
What you want?
There will be an insertion that will fail, and we
Oh,
know
you
it's
need to
going to
catch the
fail.
Postgres exception.
Yes,
Oh, because we're using Raise. So the correct thing would be for you to do a updatable view where you treat the
I wanna die.
exception in the view. No, I mean that's to alleviate the burden of the application having to deal with a exception from the database, right? So it just
Uh,
transactionally aborts the insertion if necessary. If you don't want to do that, then you can just handle on the application.
Wait a
Then you
moment.
have to look at the API.
Wait a moment. Can you scroll up on the right buffer, Marinho?
on the right buffer. This one?
Yeah. We already have quantity default to 50. Why is it complaining about lack of insertion? That doesn't make any sense. Like what Magetta said is correct, but
Syntax error at or near on.
oh, it's a problem on the function. It seems.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is on the checks. It is on the function check. Magetta, please look at the Marinho's screen.
Just a sec.
Yeah, there
Okay.
is a
Let
problem
me.
in here, Marinho.
What?
Do you do equals in SQL or is just a single equals?
It's just a single equals.
Okay, so I'm not wrong. So look at that thing there that Marinho is highlighting. What is wrong in that?
Uh, Wait. What is it complaining on the left? System syntax on. On.
Oh, the subquery must return only one column.
Oh yeah, it's
Why?
return. You need to do a length, right? Because you're comparing with one.
No, we just want to see if it got something. We don't want to see if it's equal to 1.
Oh, then if exists, right?
Yes. Oh, that is actually it. If exists. Okay.
Then you don't need the equals one.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's see if this works now. Go, go, go. Oh, you need to reset the database now, though.
Yeah, to archive that, you should use count to aggregate the result query.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could
yeah, yeah.
use count too.
Yeah, but we don't care about how many are there actually.
Yeah.
I hate this terminal. That
Yeah, yeah.
Erlang.
It happens to everyone. Syntax error. Okay. So now it's complaining about on.
It's probably a well. It has to be a join somewhere. That is.
Oh, there is a view thingy, but I don't think that's the problem. Yeah, it's under insertion, so it's a problem here.
Actually, before we do that, IO format.
Man, I'm so
Uh,
excited to make a crazy company.
You see what happens when someone changes jobs. You see, like you think that the person now has you expect that now the person will be happy that I have the time to do cool stuff, and then his first idea is I'm gonna do the crap stuff. Like what?
Man, this is this. Think of the role play knowledge potential you can acquire with this, man. That's just you
Yeah,
can't
imagine
deny
you
that.
create a fantasy company that work as we expect to companies should work.
Yeah, like
Like
that's not a
like
thing. Like
real dailies that doesn't have 1 hour of people trash and talking about something that is not a daily thing.
exactly, that's not a thing. You should represent what exactly happens. So that's the role of eventual wink. We're gonna split teams. I mean, if you want to do alone, that's fine.
We can
Um,
also use Slack instead of Discord to make it more real.
It's empty.
that's another
It printed
possibility.
there. It's empty, money.
Oh man, we
it's
need to use
empty.
Teams actually, but it's
Yeah,
not free.
Yeah.
Is
it
Teams
is between the successfully connected and the tag. Put something in there for so you can see for sure.
Uh, let's see. Resources colon.
huh, Teams Teams free. Can we make a free Teams organization?
Uh,
I don't
I
think
rather die
so.
than to use Teams.
If we are going to make a simulation of a company, we better use Teams, man.
I'm regretting giving Magetta power, dude.
You, we will have boards. We
Uh,
will have a company KPIs. We have
yeah, man, you gotta have like a the HR, like You gotta have everything.
Wait, how did it print
Oh,
it twice, Marinho?
I don't think we need this actually.
Yeah, but why did it print twice? Do you know?
Why did it print
Let me
twice?
finish
Yeah,
it.
there are resources empty and then resources again. What the heck?
That is a
Why?
good question.
What? Crazy stuff.
Mm.
Oh, wait. Is the IO format also... No, but that would print something else. I have no idea what the heck's going on. And remove the do nothing. That's only on conflict.
Oh, so is this it?
Well, I don't know why it's printing twice yet.
It's actually because we're doing this regardless of what, like, we're doing this on the tile and on the object file, right?
Mm, oh, okay, so that's why it's printing twice. Okay, so the first empty makes sense. It's because on the tiles level that will never ever happen.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we should optimize to that degree though. It's fine. Wait, but that means it worked, right?
Theoretically, just server.
Oh, there is still a syntax error. Okay.
Syntax error at end of input.
Oh, we need to put a semicolon, I think.
Here?
Yeah. SQL syntax, dude. Don't ask me questions. And no.
Syntax error at or near the semicolon.
Uh,
Can I see?
well, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see. That the string that is being put in there is the one, like you see resources on the bottom left terminal. There is the resources
Hmm.
column, and then that's the string that we are printing in there. Then we are trying to
Um,
put that in that insert on the right.
that looks right.
Yeah, he's right because
Map name kind.
there is no forget the name about this, but
Hmm.
before valley, after valley, we have to have this one. I forget the name.
Parentheses.
Hmm.
Yep,
But
because Iver
Parentheses.
is right.
Uh, well, the values they only if you're declaring in Postgres, only if you're declaring a values list from as a table, you need to put the parentheses. In that case, you don't.
Yep. It is a tuple that is on
It is a
lists
list
of
of
values.
tuples actually.
Yeah, it's just well, it's not a list because there's no other parentheses in them, right? But the values just take it that way. And I gotta pick my burger. Give me a sec.
no, it was not only like a desire.
He actually acted on it.
Yeah. Okay, but now I'm getting confused. How is this wrong?
I don't know.
It's
SQL,
saying
that is.
that we have a syntax error. What the fuck? Syntax error? Can you do me a favor?
What favor?
Can you print this resource SQL?
Sure.
That doesn't make any sense, dude. Man, Vinicius is having the craziest idea, making a distributed microservice-based compiler. Each service does one step. People have crazy ideas. Okay, so that's insert map.resource that.
Oh, forget the final column.
No, but we put a semicolon, didn't change anything.
Yeah, you're right. But
Yeah, run it again, Marinho, just
what
for
is the
demonstration
year and
purposes.
the console.
Like that doesn't make sense at all. No, 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 you need to do the DB reset before doing that. Yeah, it didn't change the problem at all, but the new error is because you didn't do DB reset. Which basically means that we should make this idempotent, but that's not happening today. Yeah, so you see there? So, oh, it's breaking on the case of tiles, dude. It is working in the case of objects, but in the case of tiles, it's going to shit. That's the problem.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do, and this is kind
I,
of a janky
man,
workaround.
you are full of unusual solutions today.
What can I say? I'm kind of bored, so I usually come up with crazy stuff when I get
No, you're
bored
not
because
liking
that's.
driving today then, okay.
No, it's not bored because of this. It's bored because of work.
Yeah,
Like I'm
okay.
doing some very boring stuff.
Okay, so then the counterbalance is to do jank stuff.
Mm,
Software development 2024. I don't know how we're gonna fix this actually.
Here, I actually have a very nice solution.
I'm
We
worried
just
about
do
the
this,
keyword nice.
and if this is empty, then uh, we just return OK. All right?
Man, can you indent that shit? This is very, very, very ugly as fuck. Yeah, everything else below as well.
Oops. Oh, there are tabs here.
There are tabs there. Okay.
This goes here, and this goes here.
Yeah.
All right. So if we get an empty list, we just return OK. OK?
Yeah.
OK.
I'm very glad we printed. That took a while to discover. Okay, go up.
Apparently it worked.
Okay, now go kill this, then reset. Or reset the terminal because otherwise it's gonna be fucked. Just db after that. And then select star from map.resource. Go. Semicolon.
Oh, semicolon.
There it is! It did work!
Maybe you guys, I'm not sure if they already work it like that way, but what if you create an insert for each resource element, because it's the same to use a double version of syntax,
Oh, but that's
and
equivalent, no? What we are
that's
currently doing?
equivalent, but for the code and you know make looks better, but
Oh,
they are
okay, looking
equivalent.
better. Yeah, we can
Yep.
consider making it looking better, yeah.
Well, we can get rid of these now, right?
Yeah, I can get rid of that. But what Potato said is important. We should see if there is improvement that can be made on this thing.
Okay. This goes here.
Benel we have something looking at this code. Literally a synchronous process to parse a file. Okay. Uh,
I mean, I'm basically co-opting a process as a queue because it has a message queue inside of it, right?
yeah. No, no, no. It does make sense. It just really seems overkill for the type of stuff we're trying to do.
And it avoids doing a second pass on the data.
Yeah, no, again, I'm not saying there aren't benefits. It's fine. I was the one that complained about that. Um, okay, put a to do on top of this function. Like, try see if there is improvements or something. Like
Uh,
maybe what Potato said is a good idea, like to make separate inserts. I don't know yet. Improve this, yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna go to map.earl. That's the next
Awesome.
step. Go ahead, sorry, Potato?
Awesome. The comment is everything.
Okay. Go to map.earl, Marinho. Now we need to get stuff from the view.
okay, let me just do something real quick because there's one thing that bothers me, and that is trading white space.
Yeah, in your theme is very apparent that the white space.
There we
Cool.
go.
Okay, but
So where should I go?
map.earl, that's phase 2 of the server. Okay.
Look at this trailing tab plus spaces.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, you see that function get map there? We're gonna have to change that function.
Get map.
Yeah. You see line 46? That's wrong. So we need to do a select from the view, not from the map.resource. And now we need to ask ourselves, what type of fields do we want the client to know about?
Uh, oh, the view is
There.
resource view.
Yeah. So it's instead of map.resource, it's going to be view there. And what type of fields do we want the client to know about? It needs to know the quantity, it needs to know the kind, it needs to know the capacity, that's for sure. It needs to know the x and y positions. Oh, it doesn't, right? Because we are doing that trick of the one-dimensional array for the positions. Now, never mind. Okay, go back to the schema. Let's read the columns again.
Go back to the schema.
Yeah, so what do we have? Kind, quantity. I think we should retrieve everything actually. Kind, capacity, base extraction amount, base extraction time, name, description. Everything from the first table needs to go, basically.
Everything.
Yeah. And the map name as well.
Oh, the map name is being used as
Oh, so we know the map in the client. It's fine then.
yeah, the map name is being used as a thingy. Oops. Base extraction amount, base extraction time, name and description.
Yeah. Okay, go up. There is a function. Go all the way up in this file.
Uh,
Yes?
actually, there's a slight problem.
Tell me.
We're getting the objects, and then we're getting the resources. But some of the objects are resources.
That is true. So now what? That is in fact true. Some of the objects are indeed resources. So what do you recommend? We're gonna have to join this shit, aren't we?
By the way, you don't need to do select star. You can just do table map dot resource.
Table.
Yeah, try table
On
dot
the left, Marinho.
map resource.
Oh, okay.
That's more
Okay, I didn't
convenient.
know that actually.
Man, my computer is like a nuclear reactor. It's an AMD, by the way. So even when it's like cold, my room is like hot. I'm sweating here.
Yes, Vinicius, garbaggio, because it's fancy Italian garbage.
Man,
Yes.
you don't understand. Benet is now used to saying crapola now every time.
Oh yes, it does. He always did actually.
But to me, this is a new thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Marinho, are we gonna have to join the stuff and check if some stuff is not present? What's your plan?
Mm, the select is going to return tuples, right?
Well, it will. Well, it will depends. Go up on this file. Go up. You see those functions there? Transform resource, transform object. That's how
Yeah.
we grab the map of stuff that the Postgres do notation is generating, and we are doing some transformations to the stuff.
Okay.
So we'll have control of the final serialization process, let's say.
Uh, Actually, you know what we can do? We
Hmm.
can just return the objects as they are, and and
But then we're gonna
re-
have duplicates too.
return the results. No, because here's the thing. This is just going to return the kind, and it's going to return basically a big array, right?
Yeah.
Here we can just say, okay, for this x and y position, here's the quantity, capacity, and whatever.
Yeah.
And then we just return the x and y positions that are actually resources, which will probably be only a few of them,
That
right?
will not work because if you do that, the math of using the like interpreting the single dimensional array to a two-dimensional one, that is assuming that the empty positions are actually
No, no, no,
empty.
no, no, no. But we're not gonna do that for the resources.
Oh, we aren't? So what's your
We
plan?
don't. We don't have to because here's the thing. Uh, we're basically saying, okay, there's this thingy here, and it's going to turn into an array of tags essentially, right?
Yeah, it's a one-dimensional array.
So one-dimensional array that, well, we know the side of the map, so we can turn it into a rectangle later. But that's besides the point. What I'm proposing is, okay, we have the resources. We can just return like the quantity. I guess the kind would be okay for a sanity check, capacity, and everything
No,
else.
we need the kind for rendering. There is no negotiation on that front.
But what we already have the kind from here. That's kind of what
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to
So
say.
your proposal is actually to like try to combine them later.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Most objects, the ones that are not resources, they don't have any other data attached to them, right? They just have the kind.
Yeah, but so then
So
what's your plan? On the client, we do an indexing on the resources array, and if it's not empty, that means that this object is a resource. Is that the plan?
uh, not quite. Not quite.
Really?
I guess resources would not actually be an array. It would be more like it would be a hash map of coordinates to the resource data.
Ah, I think I understand what you're saying. So your proposal is to actually, instead of
Yeah,
having
this
a
would
one-dimensional
be
array, this would, yeah, but that's gonna be fucked, right? Because zero doesn't know how to handle. Wait.
no, because we can just return this as a list of pairs where one side of the pair is the x and y position and the other side is just the data, and we can turn that into a map. It's a list of key value pairs essentially.
Um, okay, but then to do that, you need to go on line 48 and put x position and y position in there as well, because we're not
Yes.
retrieving those. Okay. Then the order by doesn't matter anymore because, well, we're not gonna do the array trick with them.
We're not.
Just remove this
Uh,
line. Put comma at the end of the first one and remove the second line. Yeah. Then on the transform resource function, if you go all the way up, we need to do you need to do what you said. So line 15 is grabbing the map, which is just a key value pairs of the fields and the values.
Of the fields and the values.
We need
Is
to
it?
retrieve the x position and the y position from the map, put them in a tuple, and put them in another tuple as the left member of the tuple. I think you're understanding what I'm saying, right?
Transform resource map list to atom. Oh, it takes a single map, I guess. Wait,
Yeah, that
why?
atom annotation is not correct actually. Oh, it is correct. It's because this function is not done yet. So this was merged. Um, this is the open source contribution that we had. So it's not an atom at all. This should be a tuple, not an atom on the spec. Yeah. Um, what you're gonna do? I would first retrieve the x and y positions from the thing from the map. So you need to search on our, because I already forgot. How do you do a get? I think it's hashtag maybe. Need to research that.
Maps get. Well, there's this.
Yeah, no, this is this is one way of doing it. You can go with that. So then you make a key a binding x position, and then you do the map get.
Hmm. Exposition.
Yeah, just a
Can't we
bunch of
just do?
bindings.
Can't we just do this?
Uh,
And then we get the exposition.
and then you copy the entire thing and comma that. Yeah, you can definitely do that. X
Y
position on that.
position.
Don't forget the comma. Then you
Okay.
need to exclude from the map the x and y positions, basically. And I already forgot how to do that. So maps Erlang.
Hmm.
Eh, how maps are implemented. Yeah, and then in here you're gonna basically put the same map but removing the thingies.
Okay. Let's
Merge,
see.
remove. Okay, so it's just maps.remove.
Oh, it's maps remove. Okay.
Yeah, but unfortunately you're gonna have to do that twice because you have two keys, so it's unfortunate. It doesn't have a version that you put a list of keys. I'm sad.
For each from list from keys get groups from list intersect. Huh. That's kind of sad actually.
Oh yeah, but I guess it is what it
Hmm.
is.
Oh, without.
That
This is kind of exactly what we want, no?
actually, I think yes. You want to remove those keys? Yeah, that's it actually. Let's go with that. Maps without. Then it comes the map. Then the list. The list comes first, I think.
List comes first.
No,
For
yeah,
some
the list
reason.
comes first. Yeah. So then you're
And then
gonna
we
put
say
X
X.
position and Y position. Everything else being kept the same. And you know what's the good part? As far as I can tell, this is it. This is the only two changes that we need to do. Change the query, change the transformation function. Everything else is okay.
Alright.
Go, scroll down a little
Uh,
bit.
scroll down a little bit.
Scroll, scroll, scroll. Let me read. Scroll more. Yeah, I am grabbing the resources. Okay, I'm doing the select. I'm passing the transformation function to be transform resource. Then I am putting on line 64. Okay. Indent that, please. Line 63 and to 68, that's not indented correctly.
Oh, it probably looks correct on your machine because I have a different size for the tab stops. And these are
Ah,
tabs, not spaces.
okay, so that's how that goes. I think that's it for Erlang, I think. Actually, let's
Uh,
go to I think care Player or character.earl. I just want to see if we are doing this stuff correctly.
Player.earl.
Search for join map in here. Join, yes. Go down. Yes, down, down. No, this is not the one. Search join again. It's a function called joining map or something. Yeah,
This
here it
one.
is. Oh, you're just passing the map on line 193. Okay, so this is it for Erlang. You can commit this. This is all the server changes.
Okay. And actually, it's almost 11. I think I'm gonna call it here after committing this
Yeah, no, we're gonna
because,
definitely call it. But we did everything in this on the server side.
yeah, it was good progress today.
Yeah, but that, like by comment, wow, Marinho, you're choosing Jenks solutions today, and then oh, it's because work is boring. that that was definitely not expected at all.
But also, performance-wise, this is pretty close to ideal, right? Because we're doing a single pass on this thing, right?
Yeah, no, we are
And
doing a
then,
single path on it. That's true. But I think this function alongside the improvement in each comments, because I think it's really hard to understand why there is a separate process. But okay, um, baby steps.
baby steps. Let's see. Oh, by the way, Magetta, we changed the representation so the resource is at the instead of after.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, what? You changed?
We put the
Oh,
resource in front
resource.
of the rock.
Resource. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Just because there is a prefix function.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
the entire justification. It makes our lives easier.
Yeah,
Make your life easier. Yes.
that's the entire justification. uh, yeah. So
Uh,
I just found an
Actually,
interesting problem for temporal tables. If you do a DDL, that is a change in your data structure, and you are storing historical data and things are not in sixth normal form, a solution that's probably the correct one for fifth normal form and so on is that it would have to drop the column, copy the historical representation, make two history tables with the continuation of that table following from the order of the next. You see?
wow, I actually didn't know that.
Quite an interesting problem, actually.
Sounds
Hmm.
cursed if you have to
It
do it.
is, yes, very cursed, but
Yeah, yeah.
this is how you do it, right?
I have no recollection at all. Magita is the one who knows.
what's
Uh,
that?
is this correct?
Uh, that is correct. I mean, the name actually should be the name on GitHub, right? In my case, it's Marcus Mageda, but man, I did nothing today. I
Well,
just answered SQL questions.
You helped us with SQL, which is our weakness. So
Yeah,
Weakness. Yeah,
yeah.
but anyway, the name should be exactly the name on GitHub, so it works. Like you see?
I'm pretty sure GitHub actually uses the email address to
Yeah,
check
I
the
also think
user.
that's the case
Oh,
because
okay. If it
I
does,
think
then
Marinho did this already before and it worked.
oh, okay.
I think.
So
I'm not certain. I'm gonna finish
I
the
need
recording by the way.
I gotta change my email to like